It is the Flow Friday Night Sports Show, and let's have a look now at what the Southern Mallee Giants netball crew are up to.
Hey, Jake.
Micky, how are you, mate?
Good, Jake. How are you? Happy Friday.
Yes, happy Friday to you as well. And yes, Micky, we've got some news for everyone out there. Obviously, across Victoria, we know that restrictions have changed in regional areas, which is good. It'll allow your girls to get back on the court and at least do some training.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jay. So pretty exciting day on Wednesday with restrictions being eased as of that midnight. So, our girls are very, very excited to get back on the court and train, obviously, under strict COVID rules and regulations. But, really exciting times for the Giants moving forward as well as the football club. So, cheers to next week.
Yeah, fingers crossed. That's just the start of restrictions being eased, but we won't know much more about that until later in the month. What are you hearing there on the ground about potential for a final series if restrictions get eased further? What have they been telling you about when those restrictions might get eased further?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit, I suppose you could say, in some cases unpredictable, I suppose, with our lockdown and the reviews of our restrictions, etc., when it comes to regional living. So at current, there hasn't been really a set date in regards to when everything will be reassessed moving forward, but aspiring hopefully that everything will be re-looked over before maybe mid to end September, and then hopefully we can have a very short final series towards the end of September, maybe early October. Here's hoping.
So, yeah, a lot of the rumour mill is in overdrive at the moment. Well, obviously, we haven't had anything direct from the government other than the fact, as you rightly pointed out about on Wednesday, when restrictions are eased to allow you to go back to training. But a lot of the talk around is that nothing will change in terms of restrictions between now and probably the end of the month. So it could be a case of maybe a 1 versus 2, just a grand final day. Is that what you're hearing?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So if we're not able to play that final series and restrictions don't get eased prior to that sort of mid-September period, obviously moving forward, the Wimm League's cut-off is the first week of October. And if that were to be the case, obviously it would just be a 1 versus 2 grand final series, I suppose you could say.
Yeah, obviously not ideal, but at least you'll be able to get some training in between now and then. Have you looked at the restrictions? Will it allow you to train pretty much as per normal, or will you have to do things in a modified way?
Yeah, so we'll be back to training in Beulah, which is real positive, as we've got many courts spread out. Obviously, training outdoors is recommended rather than training in the indoor stadium. So, we'll train outdoors, limited numbers on the court, sort of doing all the right things in regards to QR coding, hand sanitisation, cleaning of the goalpost, all those sort of things that we have been doing all season. No spectators and just keeping sort of numbers at a minimal in regards to who's required to be there to make the training or the event sort of happen. Yeah.
At least you'll be able to get together and do something. I mean, it's tough for other teams with the Giants who, sitting in, I think there's the C graders who qualified for the finals, but if it is a 1 versus 2, I mean, they could be back to training for nothing. It's all up in the air at the moment, and it's no one's fault, but I imagine the club will get around each other and do a bit of work anyway. It'd be good just to get the girls back together, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, 100%. And the girls are just excited to get back on the court and see each other and have a run around. It's it's getting to the stage where it's getting challenging, obviously, to motivate yourself and push yourself at home independently. And I suppose we're very lucky. It's been a great year to connect in regards to social media and Zooms and all those technological sort of side of things. But it will be great just to get back and do a bit of face-to-face training and allow my foghorn to get back out there and bark a few orders, Jay.
Look, we haven't talked about this yet, so to finish off with today, in terms of your best players throughout the season, the Southern Mallee Giants, if there is a medal count, who's going to be leading the charge on medal count night or afternoon or whatever the decision will be when it'll be held? Who's going to lead the challenge for the Giants through that count?
Yeah. So at current, we're looking at Briley Shack. She's had a tremendous season within the Wimm League. Also, Jodie Hayes has had an absolute rip snorter, which has been really, really tremendous. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that medal count does play out. All our girls have really stood up when has been required, Jace. And that's all that really matters to me as a coach, I suppose, moving forward. And, I look forward to seeing how it all unplays, but there has been some really tremendous performances by each individual and development throughout the season.
Yeah, Wimmera netball in a holding pattern at the moment as we await, I guess, what's to come. We'll find out a little bit more in the next couple of weeks, but at least the Southern Mallee Giants girls can get back out on the track at Beulah and have a bit of a run around. So, Micky, we'll let you go and plan the next few weeks' training, and hopefully we can get you back out on the court for at least a grand final day, if nothing else.
Thanks very much for that, Jace. Look forward to it, and up the Southern Mallee Giants, and here's cheers to hopefully final series late September, early October.